Welcome back to WDBJ7's Here at Home.
Life can get overwhelming, and many people struggle with anxiety, depression, and hopelessness. Here at home, we're sitting down with local organizations to talk about the resources out there for people who need help. Mike Wade is the coordinator of community wellness and outreach at New River Valley Community Services. Welcome to the show. Great to have you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So for those who may not be familiar with your organization, tell us a little bit about New River Valley Community Services and how you help the community.
Sure. Well, we're the public provider of behavioral health services for residents of the New River Valley, which covers everything from mental health and substance use disorders to folks who live with developmental disabilities.
Okay, and let's talk a little bit about some of the challenges that your community and all of our hometowns are experiencing and have experienced over the last couple of years during the pandemic.
Yeah, almost 3 years now
I know, right?
that we've been dealing with this, and the pandemic certainly, I think, whether you were diagnosed and had COVID yourself or know someone who did or unfortunately maybe passed away from that, we've shared trauma from this once in a lifetime event that we've all kind of lived through. And so that has parlayed over into issues around isolation,
Yes.
loneliness, and that sometimes can exacerbate issues of mental health or substance use disorders. And so we've seen that. The data is there to prove that we've seen an increase over the last few years in both suicide and overdose.
Yeah, we really have. And yeah, the isolation, when you experience trauma and you're isolated and you're not getting the services that you need, yeah, there you go.
You lose your connections
You
to your
lose-
social networks, your support.
Absolutely,
So, yeah.
absolutely. So yeah, let's talk about some of the trends you're seeing now in behavioral health care.
Well, like I said, I think the issues around loneliness and isolation have helped to maybe cause problems for folks who maybe before the pandemic didn't have those issues. But we saw even before COVID-19 showed up, that was a trending thing that we were seeing. People were struggling more with isolation, loneliness. The deaths of despair was a phrase or a term that was coined a few years back. And that really focuses on deaths that come from overdose, suicide, and liver disease associated with alcohol use.
Wow.
And so deaths of despair, it's kind of a difficult thing to kind of grasp, but for us and with the campaign that we've recently launched, the antidote for despair seems to be hope.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. So you've launched a brand new campaign and it all centers around hope.
Yeah.
Why is hope important?
Well, to me, and I think for most people, hope and wellness go hand in hand. If you feel well, you're more hopeful, and you're more hopeful if you feel well.
Yeah.
And so it's really about kind of taking care of ourselves, but you know, in a way that gives us hope for the future and looking ahead to tomorrow and maybe not feeling alone.
Yes.
That we do have connections to make, that we can take little deposits within our lives, the different aspects of our lives to improve those. Maybe without a lot of resources or investments and finances, that kind of thing, to just kind of change how we look at things. So improving our outlook, improving our wellness, kind of going hand in hand.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. And you've launched a new website, and I was on there and I saw that there was a wellness wheel
Right.
designed to help people. And I like that because it kind of focused on all aspects of life and just taking like little chunks and focusing on each one.
Yeah.
So yeah, where did that come from? I thought that was so smart.
It's a concept that's been adapted from other wellness wheels that have existed for an extended period of time, but we really wanted to try and take that and tie it into behavioral wellness and maybe give folks some easy ways to set some goals for themselves
Yeah.
with their wellness and find some things that we can do, whether it's just, you know, putting down our telephone or going out for a walk. I mean, really simple things that we can do.
Right.
And if we incorporate those things into our daily
Every
lives,
day, right.
the long-term benefits are there.
They really are. And I
Yeah.
saw your video there that was very simple. It was exactly that. You know,
Yeah.
a guy who was lonely and
Yeah.
put down his phone. He went
Yep.
for a walk with his dogs, met some neighbors, and really is that just getting outside sometimes and just, talking with the neighbors and just having a conversation. And it does, you know, all revolve around that connection again.
It doesn't have
Yeah.
to be complicated.
It does not have to be, simple things. I like it.
Yeah.
Mike, thank you so much. And if you want more information, there's a great website. Also, you can scan that QR code, but it's the nrvcs.org/hope. Thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure.